All right, everyone, welcome back for another episode of Carnivore Trades. Today is Tuesday, December 3rd, 2024. If you're not done so already, please give the video a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Come find me on carnivoretrades.com for swing trading alerts, analysis, and live day trading. Anyways, let's get into it here today. So market's a really quiet session for the most part, although we did have a good pop here at the end of the day in the Qs. And, we finished up 31 basis points there. And we got through the 515 handle. And I talked about this morning. I said to members, inactive traders, saying, look, and it's interesting. 515 actually looks like they're trying to flip it into support. Whereas it was resistance yesterday as far as where dealer positioning was sitting. And now we're looking at possibly a move to 520. We have a few roadblocks to get to, though, but again, another kind of bear narrative destroyed this morning, and that was the political turmoil in South Korea. And let me know in the comments, what do you think is actually going to take the market down here, and when? Because we continue to just see these narratives continue to fall in their face. Now besides the South Korea thing, the next one now is I'm hearing all the time is valuations. Oh, it's valuations. Oh, it's this, it's that, it's the other thing. It's kind of like grasping at straws here. But the bottom line is, and nice bounce there, by the way, on EWY. Kind of defending that 55 handle with volume. But again, like there will be a time to get bearish here, and we'll talk about a little pattern here that we're watching in the short term. But guys, we're closing at all-time highs here. We're in the month of December. There's, end of year flow going on. You're not doing yourself any favors by fighting this tape. It's World War III. It's leverage short vol. It's the yen. It's valuations. It's this. It's that. You're fighting a trend here, and you're fighting a powerful one at that. So my recommendation is don't short until we get a sell signal. But you let me know if you guys think there's any danger around the corner, if the market's going to crash tomorrow, if it's going to crash in January, February, whatever, and what the reasoning is. But right now, we have a market that just closed at new all-time highs. The NASDAQ is also leading, right? So that is a positive. I do think 520 could be a little bit of resistance. And again, I still think 605 is kind of a cap on the S&P. Notice how the NASDAQ has started to lead here. Not just the NASDAQ, but what? Big tech. I told you guys to watch for semiconductor outperformance, watch for stocks like Apple to start picking up here and taking over for the rest of the tape here. You see Apple closing at fresh new all-time highs, Meta closing at fresh new all-time highs. So we're starting to see that kind of rotation out of things like cloud to a little degree here. It was up nicely today. By the way, CRM reporting after hours, that is up about 15 points there in the after hours. So that's at a new all-time high too. But SMH here starting to claw back. It's not really, hasn't made a ton of a progress yet, but I like that kind of a fake dip there. And then liquidity grab, nice follow through. Still waiting on the big dog to get going, if it can. Remains to be seen. But either way, Qs are holding up. One pattern we are watching here in the near term as we closer to the middle of the week. We got jobs. We got Powell talking tomorrow too. So there's catalysts for some possible backing and filling, though, is this nice rising wedge here, and it's clean on the ES 4-hour. I was really looking for us to get to 60.44, 60.45 intraday for a nice dip buy. And look, I mean, the tape is so thin here, and this is a characteristic of December for sure. When you get low participation, sometimes you just won't get to a level. It's just the way it goes. And, sometimes you get left out of a trade. I'm not going to pay up that much, though, just to get into something here. But either way, that would have been a nice level to get in at. But we're watching this rising wedge. Could we overthrow it a little bit tomorrow on jobs? We got ADP at 8:15. It's possible. Then we've got Powell, I believe, in the afternoon. Let me just double check what time he's at so you guys can. I think it's like 3 o'clock. Yeah, okay, so it's 1:45. 1:45 Eastern tomorrow. So, yeah, we could up, and then, maybe he does something to get us going here to the downside. So we have that valid pattern. Typically those overthrows are always nice, too. And we do have GEX resistance at 605. And again, like I said, 520 QQQ. So those are levels to watch. And again, these are just pullback levels. But again, let me know if you guys think they're going to be anything more. I just don't see it at this current time here. IWM, again, holding the 240 handle again. So that's like 4 or 5 tests in a row now. So right in that area, we just hit it. A little bit of an hourly bear flag there. You can see the RTY. A little bit of an hourly bear flag. But, you know, daily, you know, you still have kind of an up move, and you're above all the moving averages here. So even an hourly bear flag is not the worst. It's 20 MA catches up to price. I think IWM can get to 250. But we need a little bit more consolidation here. Diamond here down 85 cents. Still struggling with the 250 handle. We talked about the SMH. That was fractionally higher. IGV up 87 basis points. That's up a little bit more after hours thanks to CRM. And that should actually be helping the Dow. It is helping the Dow out after hours too. So transports are on the weaker side here. Pretty good slice. And that's the first close below the 20 DMA since, well, you got to go all the way back to 1024. So good decline there for the transports. Little higher high, a little kind of a fake out high there. And we'll have to see where that closes on the weekly. It is a little stretched on the weekly. But definitely a little bit of a dip there for DJT. And I know, you know, someone's going to say in here, well, see, the transports are going down, so you got to go short. But yeah, but, you know, small caps are at all-time highs. The triple Qs are at all-time highs. SMH is up. You have other important sectors that are still rallying. By the way, just because we close below the 20-day moving average doesn't mean that, you know, it's a new bear market or something. So now if that continues, that trend continues, then it's something to look at. But anyway, interest rates here today. Take a look at the yield curve. So we did push off of the flat line, but twos here were down earlier, and then they came back after jolts. They were all over the map, really. So look at this. At jolts, down, came all the way back, and then down, and then all the way back again. So kind of an EKG type pattern there. But long end was up a little bit. That helps out. 30-year back above that trend line. 10s holding the 50 MA. I think yields are good for a bounce here. You can see the 3. I drew that 382 in there as well. I'll just get rid of it. But yeah, we held this level here, 50 MA. I think yields are ready for a bounce. Pull back into jobs data, maybe a bid there. We'll see. But nothing really too new outside of that. XHB did continue to the downside, but it came back off the lows, and you know, you still held that green bar low by the end of the day. If we lose that, then we could see a little bit more of a retrace. But right now, it's just consolidating, so no problems. VNQ did come down though, down 0.5%. Again, long end yields up, so it makes sense. And we'll see if that can get some support back testing this channel, right? 20 MA, 50 MA, and then you got the channel trend line right there. So we'll see if that gets hit today, tomorrow, and that can hold a bounce there. It should. XLF also down. That helped bring the Russell down today, so down 38 cents. JPM was pretty weak all day long. Goldman flat. Morgan Stanley down 45 basis points. Nothing terrible. This has just had a big run, and it needs to pull back. KRE pulling back into the 20 MA. That's held by the end of the day, as did KBE. So no damages yet. And then broker dealers here fractionally higher. This does look really tired, though. Range is absolutely tightened up, too. Oil had a nice bounce there. We had I caught basically the low of the morning here on accident. Not on accident, but we had a scalp at 68.78, and I was just looking for 10 cents, 10, 15 cents. We got it. And it ended up being like, should have just held a runner there. I usually do. I did have a little runner, but I didn't think we were going to pump that hard. But either way, 2.72% gain for oil, so nice pop there. I think we could see maybe a little bit more downside into December, but I don't think there's a ton. And then I think Q1 is very good for energy. I still maintain liking XLE here. Basically a flat day there. XOP up 11 cents. That's holding the 200 and the 20 right now. And as is the OIH. So breaking back above that 200 with a higher low and a higher high would be a good look for OIH. As would holding the 20. If something's strong, the 20 MA should act as fuel usually. And if we can start to get back up towards 150, I think it has a higher chance of breaking. So we'll keep an eye on those energy plays. By the way, speaking of valuation, you want to talk about valuation, like these stocks here, like these energy plays. If you want somewhere to be, you don't want to pay up for tech, I understand. But if tech comes in, historically, where does that money go to, right? So anyway, CCJ, no problems, no damage. Just fine here, consolidating after a new high. URNM, come on, let's get going, get back above 50. Same thing with NJ, needs to get back above that 200 MA. You don't want to see a lower low there. Nat gas, down 5% here. So again, I don't like this really at all going into the end of the year or quarter one. $3 is your support right now. Dollar index flat today, but a little kind of inside hammer type setup there. Pull back into the 105.50 area, bounce, inside hammer. That can still go higher. So it kind of looks like yields here. Makes sense. Gold flat here. This is getting really tight here. So we're going to get a move soon, I think. I mean, we have a tightening range as it is. You got a little bear inside bar right there. But the trend is still up, so it can fail. I don't have a bias on it one way or the other, but just look at the hourly here. This is ready to move. It's ready to move. You know, and we got jobs, we got Powell coming up. So like those, see that range, see how tight that is? It tells you as a move is coming. This doesn't tell you what direction. But gold here, up 1/4%. Silver, also another one I could have caught the low of the day on. I know I gave out the level to members. And it was right in this area here, 31.25 area. But this had a good day, up 2%. Silver now outperforming gold. Remember, it's been underperforming lately, but you might have, again, it's early, but we might have so it's really weak, but like a W pattern. And then if you get a V, you can start going higher. So it's early. We're not jumping in front of it yet, but it's something to keep on watch. Platinum here struggling with the 20 MA. That needs to get through that. Palladium, a little bit on the softer side. Come on, you can't get through 1,000. Needs to do that. And then copper here, back testing the 425 area finally. Wasn't not able to get through, but it didn't like reject. It didn't close red. So if you try to go back up there again, I think you can try and break that. I don't have a bias on it. I don't really care. I'm just giving you the levels. And then Bitcoin here, nice action. People were throwing themselves off a cliff at about 9 o'clock this morning, which I don't know why. Bitcoin's below 94,000 again, you know. Like, okay, so like a month ago it was at 60. Like, so what, you know? It always amuses me here. And remember, a week ago, it was below 92, you know. So, but we have a higher low here now, possibly. You can make a case you kind of have a another kind of mini bull flag here. This is what I've been talking about, right? Tightening range. I do this every single day here. Tightening range leads to expansion. So I think this is set up all right. I'm not saying it's going to moon tomorrow, but it could. But decent action for buyers defending the 20 MA again. Closing it green. You can see ETH here. Good pattern there as well. And you guys know what I'm going to say here. 20 MA catching up to price should act as fuel, right? So if we're still doing this, we should look for something like that. Right, so I think alts are still in good standing here. I know XRP was down today. Looks a little, the buyers did come in, maybe a little exhausted up here, but alts are still, they kind of take turns running. But I don't see any problems with Bitcoin or ETH here. Anyway, spiders here. Again, we'll see if we get to 605. It looks like Salesforce helping out in the after hours. They're up about 50 cents. So nice bid for ES there. And I'm assuming NQ is up as well, obviously. Yeah. I think that's a new all-time high there. So I'm doing this right now. We're very close. We're about 13 points away. So, yeah. Strong pattern here, strong price action. You got an ascending triangle here. Why? Don't be trying to short this. This is bullish. This is a very bullish structure, right? You know, we can talk about valuation. We can talk about all this stuff we want to talk about, but at the end of the day, you know, price action is king. We don't want to be ever fighting the trend or fighting price action here. By the way, Microsoft, I think, is a sleeping giant. Nobody cares about this stock. Everybody hates it. It's been going sideways for a year. It's not doing anything. You got a bull inside bar here on the weekly with a tightening range. I think these mega cap tech stocks are going to catch up. Semis are going to catch up into the end of the year, and maybe then we can get real bear capitulation. But until then, I don't think the Grinch is coming. But we'll see. You guys let me know in the comments what you think. Anyways, guys, I'll wrap it up here again. You guys take care. Come find me on carnivoretrades.com. See you guys all tomorrow.